Hey everyone, my name is Alina. I am here at the amazing, beautiful Upaya Retreat Center, and I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the Get Your Shit Together retreat. I'm so lucky and grateful to have been able to go to the last one last month in January. It's only been 3 weeks, and I have already seen immense change. My parents tell me almost every day how much I've changed for the better. I am manifesting my dream life. I'm becoming the person who I've always wanted to be, but always been too scared to or put excuses. It's amazing, to say the least. It is amazing. It is the one thing that if I could share with everyone, I would share this. It was hosted by the amazing Amy Joy. She is my beautiful friend and mentor, and I am so immensely grateful for her, for teaching me all of this, for giving me all the tools, the new tools in my toolbox. It is all about oneness and growth, personal growth, spiritual growth, and about manifesting the life that you want, becoming the person you want to be. So yeah, this is something that is interesting to you. It is here at Upaya. There's amazing food. 7 people who were complete strangers and turned them into a family who adores each other in 6 days. Amazing. I talk to those people every day. I have so much love for them because we grew together and we learned together. So if this is something that you would like to do, if this is something that's calling you, please go. It will change your life. I know it has changed mine, and everyone who came has changed forever.
Are you ready to get your shit together? Isn't that what we are all truly trying to do? In this fun, life hack full show, we will learn together how to navigate this roller coaster called life. We, as glorious messy humans, can sit in the proverbial third car, grumpy and bored, or in the front of the roller coaster having the time of our lives. What do you choose? In this show, you can expect meaningful content and practical takeaway tools to make life easier and exceptionally more joyful. There will be epic guests who already love their lives, allowing them to share their get your shit together tips and words of wisdom. Life is too long and too short to not love your life. Welcome to Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy. Hello and welcome to Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy, and I'm your host, Amy Joy. Happy Thursday and congratulations on your abundance. I want you to take a look right now and notice how abundant you truly, truly are. We are programmed to think that we are lacking, and it's simply not true. There is so much. So much. Think about your body working for you right now without you having to even ask it to. You've got a roof over your head. You've got a TV or a computer or a phone in your hand right now. You've got people that love you, people you love. Got food in your belly, probably. Amazing. Congratulations on your abundance. Today, we have an amazing show. We have Dr. Jennifer Edwards in the house. She is such a beautiful human making an impact in the world. And today, we are going to talk about the power pause. Micro choices that we can make for massive impact. And here at Get Your Shit Together, this is what we're all about, which is why she's here. You're going to learn more about here coming, and stay tuned to the end for mantra magic and meditation moment. It's always a life hack full show, little nuggets that you can go home and use right here, right now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. We wouldn't be here without you. Super grateful for you. I am feeling exceptionally abundant right now because I just got back from Egypt. Spent 2 weeks with the amazing Melissa Tittle. She is, wow, she has been researching these ruins for years and years. She's done many different documentaries, including her last one, Code 12. She's a wealth of information, and I had the privilege of being in her presence for 2 full weeks on the Nile, on a boat up the Nile, and finishing at the Great Pyramid. So I wanted to give you a little sneak peek in case anyone of you at home is thinking about going, because she is doing another one next year. And I just want to share a little bit of my life with you and why I am so grateful. So here we go. This is our last day in Egypt. So this is Melissa right here, Melissa Tittle. So you can look her up. She's amazing. And if you're interested, go to amyjoycoaching.com. You can reach out to me there, the QR code in the right-hand corner. I would love to hear from you, regardless of whether you want to go to Egypt or not. We'd love to hear from you. All right. Amazing. So you know what time it is. It's time to change your state, elevate. And we have the privilege of having Dr. Jennifer Edwards going to do this section for us. So I'm going to bring her right on and then introduce her properly in a minute. Yay. Welcome, Jennifer. Would love to hear your little trick on how to shift from crappy to happy.
There are so many ways. What I encourage people is to pause for a moment and think, what is it that makes me want to shift? Like, how do you know you want to shift your state? What's going on? And in particular, where are you feeling it in your body? So sometimes if you just close your eyes for a moment and start to just feel your body, feel it standing, sitting, wherever it is, and notice, what is it that told you that you wanted to shift your state? Get present to that. And then consider, what do I want to shift my state to? Where am I going? What am I doing? What would best serve me right now? Would it be calm and relaxed, or perhaps confident and outspoken? Once you have that and you're identifying in your body, you can take some long, deep breaths. And with these breaths, as you breathe in, really expanding simultaneously into both your heart space and your solar plexus area, just at the bottom of your ribs, bringing to life not only your love, but your power and your confidence. And as you expand, feel it and hold it. And then as you exhale, take all that was there, all that did not serve you, and allow it to leave with your powerful exhale. And if you repeat that a few times, inhaling strong into your heart, strong into your solar plexus, expanding fully, almost allowing your chest to expand with it. And then just exhale everything that didn't serve you. And then with your third one, which could be your last, as you're inhaling and as you're expanding, intentionally breathe in what it is that you want to create. That state of confidence, power, calm, rest, peace, tranquility, whatever it is, call that in, bring it in, fill yourself with it. And at the end of that last exhale, you just stand up strong and tall. And now you are ready for whatever it is that you're heading into.
Yay. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
you. All right. I'll bring you back on in just a sec. Okay. It is time to get our shit together. Grab everyone in the family. All right. Dr. Jennifer Edwards is a mindset and leadership coach who helps professional women and organizations transform their relationship with leadership and life. She brings a unique perspective, having served as a CEO and owner of her own veterinary practice for 13 years, and she now dedicates herself to helping others break through limitations and achieve extraordinary results. As an IGF credentialed coach, specialist in leadership and transitions, Jennifer brings a unique approach to help develop conscious leaders and cohesive teams so they can transform challenges into opportunities and build thriving cultures. Through private coaching, workshops, business, culture, audits, retreats, and speaking engagement, Jennifer combines proven leadership strategies with energy management techniques to help individuals move from feeling stuck or overwhelmed to leading with purpose and creating lives of deep fulfillment. Woo, yay. Jennifer's expertise in conscious leadership and personal development has made her a sought-after speaker, coach, and business culture consultant. Whether working with individuals or entire companies, she empowers people to develop the mindset and energy mastery needed for sustainable success and professional and personal satisfaction. Put your hands together for the amazing Dr. Jennifer Edwards. Yay. Thank you so much.
What an introduction.
Well, it's important. We need our audience to know who you are, and you have done some amazing things in your life, and you're making a massive impact. And I want to thank you. Thank you for doing
You're very
that,
welcome.
for being that. Right?
You're very welcome. And thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm so excited for our conversation.
Yay. So today we're going to talk about the power pause, micro choices for massive impact. So tell me, number one, Jennifer, can I say Jennifer? Do you want me to say Dr. Jennifer? Okay.
No, yes.
Jennifer, why do you do what you do? Why is this important to you?
Oh, it's important for so many reasons. Part of it is my journey through my career in veterinary medicine, my journey as a mother, as a woman. Over the years, I have myself been a long-term studier, student of transformation, self-development. I've worked with coaches. I've done every program, I'm sure you can all relate to that. And when I reflect back and I look at how that helped me, who I am today, the empowered choices I've been able to make, the life I've been able to create for myself, then honestly, without all of that, I don't know how I would have been able to do it. And I've studied it for so long. And as a veterinarian, as a practice owner, as a leader, all the while studying us as humans, my background was originally psychology, kind of melding it all together. Now it's an honor to be able to give back and to be that teacher, to be that ray of hope and empowerment for people who, I just try and I just can't seem to get, and fill in the blank, right? We all experience that. So if I can help somebody go from there to like possibility, it's amazing. And I also believe that happy people are kind people. And if I can help people to be happier, then perhaps I can help elevate the level of kindness in this world, which is very much needed right now.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Again, thank you. I think it is the number one thing that we can do. When we can look at what's going on in the planet, and it can be really, it can be disheartening. It can be really depressive. But when we look at what we can do, which is our personal responsibility to our state of being, the way that we feel, and raising that vibration within ourselves, then that helps everyone else. Dr. David Hawkins says in his book, Power versus Force, that one person at the vibration of non-judgment offsets 90,000 other humans that are in the lower frequencies. So yes, this is what we can do. And this is why I do this show.
Yeah.
So that we can walk away with nuggets. Mm-hmm.
And people don't realize how powerful they are, and in a good way. Well, and in a bad way too sometimes. But everybody listening, you are so incredibly powerful in so many ways.
It's true. It's true. So let's talk about the power pause, micro choices for massive impact. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, well, every moment of every day, we are faced with choices. Yeah. When we look at our life, basically, if you think of our life as like a bowl that we're sitting inside of, and everything in that bowl is the people we know, the relationships, the things we do, the things we have, all of it, our bodies. That life that we are currently sitting inside of is the culmination, the end result of a lifetime of choices that we've made. Yeah. It doesn't matter how old a person is, right? Whether they're a teenager or they're 80. And choices sometimes are big, like choosing what to study in college, or choosing whether or not to marry somebody, or where to move. But what happens really, more importantly, is all day long, we are given little opportunities not opportunities to make choices, but we make choices all day long. Mm-hmm. Every time we see something, we hear something, we react to something, we read something, we respond to an email, we have a choice in that moment of how we show up, which influences what we think, how we interpret, what we feel, which then gives rise to what we do. And when we can bring some intentionality and some consciousness to those choices, little baby ones, we have the power to profoundly shift our outcomes. Yeah. And it also is the opportunity to shift in a moment something that's not going well. Because if we're not choosing what we would want to be choosing, it's like choose again, choose again, choose again, choose again. It could be your 50th choice. You can change it. And that's where the power lies.
Oh, I love that. So what is your recommendation for how to wake up? Yeah. When I wake up, I give myself a high five. So that's why I'm doing that. That's our awareness sign. So what do you recommend there?
Well, part of it is practice over time, right? So cultivating the ability to do what you just described, to have that self-awareness in a moment, to know that you want to shift something. Because without practice, what happens is we often retrospectively go, oh, I should have, why didn't I say this? Or why did I snap at her like that, right? Yeah. So we can go from regretting our micro choices to bringing consciousness to our micro choices, partly with practice. But once that happens, it's almost an expedited version of what I described in our little elevate section in the beginning. Yeah. Is in a moment recognizing what's present, what do I want to be present? Like, and it doesn't have to even take as long as it took for me to just say that. It can become almost subconscious and automatic. Is the moment you recognize what is not working is the same moment you're recognizing what you want to be present. Because if you didn't know what you wanted to be present, you wouldn't know that this wasn't working. So it's almost the simultaneous awareness. And if what's present isn't working, doing one of many things, which we can talk about, to shift the trajectory. It might even be pausing a conversation, saying, can we take a 5-minute break? Yeah. I just need a moment, or I'm going to go use the restroom. We'll finish this conversation when I come back. Sometimes if in a moment a person doesn't even know what to do, mm-hmm. if it's available, it's not always available, even a quick timeout can work. Yes. Deep breaths, shifting something tactile. Sometimes even if I'm nervous at my desk, I love all my little rocks and stones. Sometimes I'll be here if I'm nervous about something, and I'll just be playing, and that can settle down the nervous system. Breathing, you can do very intentional breathing. There's breathing that can be grounded, where you contract your root lock, Mula Bandha, and you can contract Mula Bandha and be breathing, even as I described in the beginning, into your heart, into your solar plexus, both. I'm doing that right now. You would never know, right? So many things can be done.
Amazing. So here on Get Your Shit Together, we learn like now.
Okay.
So let's do that. So everyone at home, I want you to, we're going to do a power pause, which means we're just going to stop for a second and we're going to pay attention to how we feel right now and go interesting. I love that word. Be interested, be curious as to what's going on. And now go ahead and teach us the Mula Bandha breathing technique.
Okay. So if you think about the muscles that you use when you go to the bathroom, or really more if you were peeing, urinating, and you wanted to stop in the middle, those muscles are your root lock. And if you contract that just a little bit, it doesn't have to be like just a little nudge, and it's grounding and it's centering. And then as you inhale, you just breathe into your heart. It can even just be in imagining, if you're in front of somebody and you don't want to look like you're, just a little, and allowing that breath, especially on the exhale, to allow all of your body, the nervous system, to calm down. If it's an anxiousness, if it's an overactivity that you're trying to shift in the moment.
Amazing. So the first step is you squeeze first and then breathe, or you squeeze and breathe at the same time, or
squeeze and hold it.
Everybody at home, do that. And then breathe.
And then exhale. And as you're exhaling, feeling the body just almost melting. And it doesn't have to literally be melting, because again, we want to be able to do these things in a moment in front of people. It doesn't always work to say, excuse me one moment, I'm going to meditate. That's not always available. So something like this you can do. You just squeeze the muscle, the root lock. And then you can allow all of that energy to just dissipate. You could do it once, you could do it 10 times. You could do it and then do it again in a minute. Whatever you need, your breath is the beautiful thing, is always available to you.
And do you make your exhale longer than your inhale usually? I know that can be a helpful thing.
Yeah. So with intentional breathwork practices, and there's many different types, that is something that a person can say, I'm going to inhale for 4, exhale for 4. What I find is that if it's in a moment type of a thing, I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, true.
Because this is something you want to be able to do when you're still being present to a conversation, when perhaps something isn't going well and you're nervous and you're in it. Whether it's 2 seconds, 3 seconds, one's longer, one's shorter, it doesn't matter. It's about, in a moment you want some confidence, in a moment you're feeling scared, in a moment things are too chaotic. It's about just allowing that nervous system to settle and calm. And any level of intentional breathing will serve that purpose.
Yeah.
So
breathing is such a powerful tool. And it's always, like you said, it's always available to us. I love that. And then just breathe deep so you can get that oxygen out from the bottom of the lungs, that's where all the feelers are. Because when we're stressed, we're breathing shallowly. And that's why we're stressed, because the body's like, I don't have enough air. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And there's different levels to our lungs. And the very bottom of our lungs are what are called the alveolar sacs. And that's where oxygen exchange occurs. Exactly. So when we're breathing up here and we're not fully expanding the lower airway sacs, we're actually not getting oxygen exchange as well as we could. And so we can actually start to breathe more and more shallow as we get low oxygen tension in our bodies. And so part of resetting the nervous system is actually resetting the whole body. And what I love about this and keeping it simple is that a person doesn't need to think or feel or believe that they know how to do it, right? There's lots of pranayama out there. It's amazing. And people follow away. They may need to study it. They may need to take a retreat and learn it. And then, oh, I don't remember. Was I supposed to do this or this? The benefit of something like this is it's literally, there's no right, there's no wrong. It's in the moment. And it's always available. Nobody has to know. It's yours. And it's available and it works.
It does work.
Yeah.
It does work. So I love that we have a tool, we have a nugget to go home with. Get present, pause for just a minute, and then breathe, squeeze, then breathe, and then exhale.
Yes.
Using grace, and set the intention to just let it all go. And if you need to do it again, repeat, right? And
Yes.
you're going to notice a difference. If you're at home and you can interact with us on Facebook or on YouTube, I'd love to know how you're feeling right now after just doing those couple breaths. It's really quite amazing how fast we can change how we feel just through breathing. So what would be another nugget that they could do in the moment of realizing if they're going to do a power pause? I actually recommend everyone at home to set some alarms on your phone to power pause. And in the memo, you just put power pause. And that is your moment to go, how am I feeling right now? And then do whatever you need to self-regulate and to feel better. So what would be another nugget once their alarm goes off and they're paying attention?
Or they could use the Breathe app on the phone to remind them to take
that's true. That's a good idea.
Breath. My watch actually tells me to power pause. So another thing could be more cognitive based, right? So what we just described is something more somatic, more nervous system oriented. And we can bring in things that are more cognitive. You used a word, one of my favorite words, that's very important here, and that's the word curiosity. And we want to take judgment, we want to throw it away and replace it with curiosity. And so one of the power pauses is before we respond to something, and again, we're talking about difficult situations, right? Because if everything was great, we wouldn't be worrying about changing our state. So if something is difficult, and whether it's a conversation or we're really nervous, before we react or respond, it's important to say, nope, and put the little barrier down to yourself and create that moment, just a small moment of reflecting on, is this response going to serve me? Is this going to get me my desired outcome? Because remember, everything in life is about us creating our lives and being responsible for that. And so it's not about what are they going to think of this? It's about, is this way of responding, behaving, acting, texting, throwing out an email going to serve me and produce the outcome I'm looking for in this situation? Now, that was a very long explanation, but it can be very, very quick.
Yep.
You get that text message and you're, from your ex, and you're like, oh, and you're like, ooh, don't text yet. Right? Pause, right? Or you're with a customer or a client who's screaming at you, or a child who's throwing a meltdown in a grocery store, or whatever. I've done an intervention with myself with my daughter many times. She's a great kid. Of course, we all get frustrated, and I'd be like, is this really what I want to say? And it never is. I should say it almost never is. And so that just gives us the opportunity to bring a cognitive, curious component so that we can thoughtfully consider what would best serve me. And if you're not sure, again, if there's a way to just don't respond until you're sure. I have times I wait a whole day before answering something because I feel into it. I'm all upset and I can't believe it. And I might say something to somebody else, like venting, but I do not respond. And by the time I respond, it's very different than what it would have been. So it helps us avoid regret, right? Like, oh, why did I do that? We don't want that. We want to be empowered in our lives, not regretful.
Absolutely. My guru, one of my teachers, Josh Smith, he taught me this. He goes, when you're seeking an answer and you don't yet have the answer, that's your answer. Wait.
Yes, exactly.
And it blew my mind the first time I heard that. I'm like, what? Because I definitely had a story that I should know. I should know what to do all the time, which
Right.
is not logical. Of course, we don't always know. And I love that. If you're not sure, wait. Wait
Well,
until you're sure.
Right. And think about this. When we wait and we become sure, where did that sure come from? Right? Because our minds are kind of reactive, fearful minds that just want to live in survival and be like, I'm reactive to everything, is not going to be the same answer as when we can just be and allow who we really are to feel into what will serve us, what will serve the other people, and actually like feel into our heart, feel into a bigger picture of ourselves. And so usually what comes to me as what the ultimate response is, if I'm not sure in a moment, is nothing that my mind ever would have come up with. And it's usually much more empowering.
Absolutely, because really what's answering is the programs that we were instilled in us that mostly aren't helpful. And I like what you said, what we truly are, who we truly are, which is limitless consciousness, love. That's who we truly are. And when we can get back to that, when we can pause, I love this idea of pausing. It's huge. There was a real life example, Jennifer, in Egypt. A week ago, it was our last day, and I could not find my phone. And I'm looking and I'm looking, and I'm like, I can't find my phone. And then I said this, and a friend was listening. I didn't realize she was listening, but I was like, interesting. I can't find my phone. And then I just kept looking, and then I found it. I'm like, oh, there it is. But there was no panic, only because, thank God, I have been practicing this pausing and going, interesting, curious. Wonder where that could be. The old Amy would have been already freaking out, going, how am I going to get home without my phone? I leave in 12 hours, like, right? But no, it was there. It just needed a moment more of calmness to be actually able to see it. And yeah, I love that. Interesting.
And that actually reminds me of another type of pause people can do.
Tell us more.
Okay, so when you were talking about, I told you curiosity is like my favorite because it's the opposite of judgment, right? And the less judgment present, the higher our energy, the more judgment, the lower our energy. And as part of my coaching is training people to recognize and be able to consciously choose their level of energy in any moment. And this is a little bit more abstract, but this is an important pause. Interesting. When we have an emotional reaction, okay, so imagine right now, although we are ourselves, we truly are all one. Sometimes from a cognitive paradigm standpoint, from a context, it helps to almost imagine that we're two. There's two of me. Because there's the me, and then there's the me that's watching me. Right?
Totally.
Voice going, right? Yes. We all have that. And so when we have an emotion, not necessarily in an interaction with somebody else, but like say, like I'm just really angry, or I'm really sad, or I'm just feeling unmotivated or insecure, or whatever it is. And I have a real life example of this as well. We can put a pause on the observer voice, because what very often happens with people when they are experiencing an unpleasant emotion, such as anger or sadness or being in a funk, like, oh, I'm just in a funk today. The little voice starts judging. What's wrong with you? What's the matter? Why can't you snap out of it? Why are you sitting around? Why can't you get your work done? Or why are you letting him get to you? Why are you so pissed off? Right? And so what's happening is we're in a state of whatever we're experiencing, and then we're at the effect of the secondary judgment, like criticizing us. When we can train that voice to observe with curiosity. This is what I do now, most of the time, not always. That voice can be trained to go, interesting. I'm curious. Like I will literally say to myself, wow, Jen, look how angry you are. This is really interesting. Like, what about that made you so angry? Like, what about what he said? Like, what did you make that mean? That it's not that I'm not trying to make myself not angry. Like being angry is okay. I'm just more exploring that anger from a place of curiosity. And when we do that, if there is one huge gold mine for personal growth, it is being able to explore your own emotions from a place of curiosity, because you will learn so much when you can figure out from that curious place, why did I get triggered by what they said? What did I make that mean about me? And and you can really explore that.
Yeah.
It's like the best therapy session or coaching session you'll ever have. So yeah. So
I love
that's
that.
very powerful.
Ooh, I love this topic so much because it is the fundamental path to freedom.
The path to freedom is choice. You know, on my website, it says awareness, choice, freedom.
But first you got to wake up.
You need the awareness first.
Yes.
Because without awareness, and this is one of the things I love about coaching, is because even inside of 15 minutes, the moment somebody has awareness, they go, oh, in that moment, they have choice, a choice that did not exist 1 second prior.
Ugh.
And having that choice, they may not always exercise the choice they would like to. Okay. They still have the choice. When it doesn't exist, when it's over here, there's no choice. It's running the show of your life. And you're like, why do I keep ending up in these relationships? Why can't I ever be happy in a job? Why can't I love? Why do I keep trying? But it's because it's over there running the show. And there's these micro choices they're not choices.
No.
The more we cultivate awareness, the more these micro choices become conscious choices. And you start to steer the trajectory of your life and your relationships and your everything.
Freedom. Yes. And I love the analogy of this. Go with me. We're all zombies, right? On these programs that we didn't ask, and visualize. We've all seen the movies, all the zombies up against the fence. Yeah. They're pushing the fence. Everybody's pushing. And then visualize you, one zombie, waking up. Everyone else is still, not to judge them, just to go, oh, I don't have to do this. I think I'm going to go over here.
Yeah.
Right? That is the moment. That is the moment. And we can seek curiosity. I love having understanding. I think what I try to do is seek to understand, like, what am I telling myself? Interesting. Is that even true? Oh, no, it's bullshit. Okay. So let's tell myself the truth now. Boom. Done. Not a zombie anymore until I become a zombie again. And then I wake up. Right. And then I fall back into zombie land, and then I wake up. And the more you practice this, audience, the more you practice this, the less you spend in zombie land.
And that's key, right? Because people get frustrated. They learn about these things. They hear a conversation like this, or they start working with a coach or go to a program, and they're like, oh, I got it. And then they go, and then they go into zombie land again. And then they get frustrated. Like, what's wrong with me? I thought I figured that out. Why am I still being triggered by him? I thought it's a journey. It's a journey for your whole life. And you start out at the gym with the 1 pound dumbbells, right? I mean, do you walk into a gym on day one after not working out for 10 years and go over to the 80 pound dumbbells and you're like, that's it. I can't pick them up. I'm leaving. No, you go to the light weights and you work. And then in a few months, you go to heavier weights. This is the same thing.
Yeah, it's true.
The cultivation of awareness, it's a muscle, it's a practice, and it's layers and layers and layers. But it's fun. It's not always fun. Let's be honest. But in big picture, it's fun. But it's so
not fun when we think it should be different.
Right.
Right. But when we accept that this is Earth School, and of course I'm going to go into zombie land because this is what happens. We go unconscious. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll just back up to something you said about rewriting the story.
Mm.
Well, before we can create a new truth, I mean, is what I'm saying bullshit or not? Is this really true? Well, first we need to realize what we're actually believing.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can question whether or not it's true. And then we can say, do I want to create a new truth to believe? Because if I made up that one, I may as well make up a better one.
Yeah.
And then what's a new, more empowering truth that I can carry with me? Because so many of the truths we have about ourselves, most of them, they're not actually true. It's like, it's our truth, but it is not the truth.
Exactly. And those programs you didn't ask for, they were installed in you. So it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to do something about it once you realize.
And it's your opportunity to do something about it when you realize.
Exactly. Amazing. I love it. Well, we're already running out of time. It goes so fast.
Wow.
If you want to connect with Jennifer, go to www.drjenniferedwards.com. And you have a free gift for our audience. Why don't you go ahead and tell them?
I do. So if you go to my website, you will see an opportunity to download my free book. And it is a book about how to create the context of happiness for your life. Because to me, happiness is not an emotion. Happiness is a choice of a context to live inside of. And it's available for everyone. And so that book is available. And if anybody's ever interested in working with me, I'm also always giving away a first free connection call so that we can talk about what you're up to.
Amazing. Please do that if you're serious and you want to learn and grow and find more freedom. That's what Jennifer's about. That's what I'm about. This is why she's an amazing and perfect guest to be on Get Your Shit Together. Because, yeah, this is how we do it. One little nugget at a time. Absolutely. So drjenniferedwards.com for those listening, for those watching. You can spell Jennifer easy. So drjenniferedwards.com. Amazing. Jen, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can't believe we're out of time already, but I'm going to have you on the end for your golden nuggets. So stay close.
Okay.
For right now, it is time for Mantra Magic. So thank you so much, Jen. We'll see you in just a bit. Awesome. Woohoo. So fun. So much fun. All right. So Mantra Magic, here we go. Mantra Magic is where we have a little mantra or a song that we sing to give you something else to put into your mind, because often the little that Jennifer was talking about is not helpful. And so if we can get, have you ever had a song stuck in your head? Well, we want to get a song stuck in your head that's actually empowering. And so here is our gift to you today. This is Alina Abadiano and I with your mantra for the week. My kindness attracts the presence of love. My kindness attracts the presence of love. I choose kindness in everything that I do. I choose kindness and watch the magic shine through. Choose kindness in everything that I do. I choose kindness and watch the magic shine through. And watch the magic shine through in everything that I do. Woo! Make today glorious! Mwah! Isn't that amazing that song is literally like exactly using the words that we have used, and that was not planned. That was not planned, but the universe loves us and has us, and wants us to learn these things so that we can have more joy and more freedom. It's all about freedom, joy, love. Amazing. All right. So you know what time it is. It is time for meditation moment. So grab everyone, grab the family. while you're doing that, I want to do a brief little commercial for a product that I love and use. It is Sauna Space. So let me make myself small here. I'm going to remove myself 1 second. All right, so that is my office right now where I am in, and I have a portable sauna in the corner. It's infrared sauna, and infrared is super helpful and healthy. I know the owners of this company. They are amazing. Everything is made in America. It's all with natural fibers. They even have a Faraday cover that keeps EMFs from coming in. It's a grounding sheet. It has so many things, and it's crazy portable. You can move it anywhere you want in the house with ease and grace. And infrared helps with deep cellular healing through full spectrum infrared. So make sure you have that. It helps with EMFs. Like I said, it's toxic. It's a what's the word? It cleanses and detoxes. There it is. Detoxes your body. And it reduces stress and inflammation in the body. Inflammation is a killer. It causes so much pain. Here is the Glow, which is a smaller one. So if you don't want to get the whole big one and you want something just for your desk or something to have, you can do this. Anyways, it's amazing. I love it. I use it. I want you all to know about it. And all you have to do is go to Sauna Space, get your shit together, / get your shit together. And they'll take care of you. These are my friends. They're actually getting married in a few days. Super exciting. All right. Wanted you to know that. Amazing. So I hope everyone is gathered because it's meditation moment. Okay. So we're going to use music from the amazing Gary Malkin. He is on Islands of Inner Peace on Gaia. He is an amazing multi-Emmy winning composer. And we have music from him today. So I want you to get in a comfortable spot. Doesn't matter how you're sitting, but if you have a straight spine, that is optimal. But just doing this is better than not doing this. It's helpful. This is called Serene Mind Practice. I learned it from my spiritual teachers. And it's a power pause. All right. So take a deep breath in. And exhale. And smile. And now I want you to just notice your breath. Notice how it feels for the air to come and go through your nostrils. Just notice and breathe. Now I want you to notice, how are you feeling right now? Are you feeling crappy? Are you feeling happy? Again, it's not about making that right or wrong, good or bad. Just notice and say, interesting. And breathe. And now I want you to notice, are your thoughts that are coming and going, are they more thoughts of the past? Are they more thoughts of the future? Or are you present with me right here and now? Again, don't make it right or wrong, good or bad. Just notice. And breathe. And now I want you to visualize a flame burning right in front of your eyes. Watch the yellows, the whites, the golds, the reds. And breathe. Now I want you to slowly slide that flame right into the middle of your mind, into the middle of your head, rather. And just watch it. Just watch it flicker there. And breathe. And with your hands on your heart, I want you to think about one thing that you are so grateful for. It makes you smile. And while you're in this beautiful state, I'm going to send you an energetic activation. It's called a Diksha. All you have to do is set the intention to receive it. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Start wiggling your hands, your fingers rather, and your toes, and start coming back into the right here, right now. Amazing. All right. Well done. Well done. It's called the Serene Mind Practice. We do it every week here on Get Your Shit Together Live, or you can go on YouTube and look up Serene Mind Practice, and you can learn about my teachers there, Sri Krishna Ji and Sri Preeta Ji. They are beautiful, high frequency beings. They've changed my life by being in their presence alone. And yeah, they're beautiful beings. Grateful for them. All right. I'm going to have Jennifer come back. There she is. Amazing.
That was wonderful.
Yay. Yeah. How was it for you?
Awesome. Yeah, that was really nice.
Nice. I'm glad. It's amazing how fast you can change how you feel. And we've talked about this for the whole hour, which I love. It's my favorite thing. So here's the question, and we have some time. I don't know how we got so much time, but I am grateful for it. So we have like 4 minutes. Well, 3, let's say 3 minutes. And we want to know your nugget. If you are on a mountaintop and you had the whole world at your feet, and there was obviously a good sound system, and they were hearing you and paying attention, and you had just one thing to share with the world, what would that be?
What I would want everybody in the world to know is a couple of things that all go together. But the most important of all is that you, and you is everyone, you are the creator of your life. You are the creator of your experience of your life. And that is not a burden. That is an honor, and it is a power. And when we blame and we shame and we complain, while in a moment that might feel okay, we are taking all of our personal power and we're throwing it. And when you watch shows like this and when you read books, and all the things you learn are irrelevant if you're not willing to own responsibility. Responsibility does not mean fault. It doesn't mean everything's your fault. And how I live my life, everything, even if I'm mad, even if I'm sad, where can I be responsible? Where can I be responsible for what I said, what I didn't say, how I allowed something to affect me, an action? It's all choices. A perspective is a choice. An interpretation is a choice. And when we cultivate awareness, we start to be able to exercise those choices and being responsible for those choices. Giving that gift to yourself is literally the biggest gift you ever could give. And all it takes is making another choice.
Yeah.
Choosing, it's not easy, it's not instant, but if you say, I choose that I'm going to live inside of the context that I'm 100% responsible for my life, won't always happen, but it'll be your default. It'll be your default to go back to. And I promise you, worlds will change for you in that, inside of that. Little moments will change. 10 years from now will look different. So that would be my biggest message for everybody. And in line with this show, nobody can get your shit together for you.
It's an inside job, peeps. It's an inside job, and it's our job.
And that's a good thing. It's a privilege. It's an honor. And it's not
Thank
easy.
God.
But
Thank
you can
God.
do it. You and you and you and you and you all. There's nobody that is excluded.
Yeah.
And the opposite of that is fear. And, you know, it's normal as a human to be fearful, but we don't have to live into that. We don't have to hate. We don't have to be divided. We can love and be empowered. And
we're out of time, my
how
love. We're out of time, but thank you. You are the creator of your life. Remember, together we vibrate higher, and that changes the world. Thank you, Jen. Mwah. Love you. Appreciate
Love
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Get Your Shit Together live with Amy Joy. If you'd like to follow us, you can on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Amy Joy Coaching. Appreciate so much your likes, comments, and shares. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please reach out. We'll see you next time.